Big John has entered the game. The Punk has entered the game. Fight!
Let's go. It is the 5-round main event between Josh Thompson and me, and we're going to go 5 rounds on upcoming fights because there's a whole lot going on. Josh, are you ready for this battle?
I'm pumped. It seems like the UFC matchmakers did a bunch of cocaine just to start to throw out a bunch of fight matches this week. They were like, fuck it. Let's just see what happened.
Let's do it. Let's blow a line out. Got it.
We're going to go through 5 rounds of these fights that were announced over the last week, since we haven't done a show since the last week. But they all announced on the Tuesday after we had already filmed, so we didn't get a chance to talk about them. So make sure when you guys are listening to our talk about this, you guys comment down below. And let us know who you think had the best pick and the best discussion. And obviously it's going to be me because I've never lost a round and I'm never wrong.
Oh,
so
Jesus, what are you, Chael Sonnen now? Jesus Christ, you lying bitch.
I kind of birthed him. I mean, he's
You
my
birthed
son.
him?
He's my son.
Did you say you? Hold it.
I birthed him.
Hold it. Did you?
I birthed him.
I can't go.
All right. With that, let's get into round number 1. This week we have 5 rounds of who and how. And so who and how is going to work where you guys will pick who your pick is, how they're going to win, and you'll get there's a minute 20 on the clock, so you guys have about 40 seconds each, so try and stay within that time, or the fans might just decide to deduct a point down below in the comments. All right. So with that, first fight for round 1 is Nate Diaz versus Khamzat Chimaev.
Round 1. Fight!
All right, let's just be honest about this. Nate Diaz, this is his last fight in his contract. Khamzat Chimaev is not the style of fight that is Nate Diaz's style. Khamzat is a guy that can take him down. He can keep away from the submissions. I take a look at this fight, and it's not a fight that favors Nate. It favors Khamzat. That's why the UFC wanted to put it together. And I say that Khamzat will end up with a TKO win, probably by doctor stoppage or referee stoppage.
Well, the fact that I was the only guy to ever finish him, that's short-lived. That is going to be done. It's going to be over. Oh, man. My claim to fame is done now, guys. I'm all done. No more. Look, it really just comes down to the UFC knows what they're doing. This happens all the time. When you're on your way out, they give you the toughest, hardest fight. They know stylistically it does not match with you. Chimaev is the worst matchup that he could potentially get. The reach. Chimaev is tall, long, lengthy, all of those things. The wrestling, the strength. Nate Diaz is not strong. He does have power in his hands. He'll be able to take Nate Diaz down at will. Nate probably wouldn't even be able to. Yeah, at will.
Who and how?
And he'll just dominate the top position. So I'm going to go with Chimaev.
How?
TKO.
Time's up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, let's get into round number 2. And we have this one by way of ESPN. And they are saying that UFC 280 will also have TJ Dillashaw versus Aljamain Sterling for the bantamweight title. So let's get who and how on that one.
Round 2. Fight!
I'll let you go first.
You know, this is a hard one for me to go with because TJ can wrestle. But TJ had a long layoff, had the fight with Sandhagen, and then had another long layoff. I think he's getting a little older, not as active, obviously, because of the suspension as well as, the injury with the knee. I'm going to have to go with Aljo. I think Aljo, because he has been active. He has been active. He's got the wrestling pedigree. If he can get this fight to the ground, he is the better grappler, the better jiu-jitsu guy. I'm going to go with Aljo.
All right, I'm going to tell you straight out. I think Aljo's he's got this fight as long as he fights smart. His stand-up is good enough to stay with TJ for a while, but he needs to be very careful of not thinking that he's going to beat TJ in the stand-up. You got to stick with what brung you. You are a good wrestler. TJ is a very good wrestler, but you are faster right now. I believe you're faster, and I think you're physically stronger than TJ right now. And I think if you get to the top positions in this, you can do I think Aljamain Sterling wins this. I think it goes the distance. I think it'll be a decision.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to be a good fight, though. I think there's going to be some scrambles that are involved. If Aljo can get to the back during some of those scrambles, I think he can steal some of the rounds like he did with Peter Yan.
Time up.
All right. So
how did you say he was going to win, though?
I said 5-round
decision.
I think he may sub him, or it's going to go 5 rounds.
You can't go with both. No. What the hell is that? You can't go, but okay. I think it's either going to be a submission, a decision, or a knockout.
All right.
What the
so
hell?
Now that we're
That's
two
why I'm
rounds
never
in,
wrong.
and Josh
why I'm
has the
never
hang of the
wrong.
game, and let's get into round number 3.
I love it.
Round number 3, we're gonna talk
skew the-
about
He gave
rules
birth
my
to
direction.
Chael, and
Yeah.
he's always
The-
right.
the announcement of Piotr Jan versus Sean O'Malley. Let's get your thoughts on this one.
Round 3. Fight!
I like this matchup, and I think Sean O'Malley is doing exactly what was smart. He's waiting for better competition now that he's got a better contract. But I do not think that he is ready for Peter Yan. I think he saw the fight that Aljamain Sterling did and believes that he can replicate a lot of that. He's got a very good ground game. Peter Yan is a machine that starts rolling, and when it starts rolling, it is hard to stop. Sean O'Malley is a great fighter. I love watching him, but I think at this moment, Peter Yan is too much in the stand-up. I think he'll start breaking him down. I think you're going to see that Peter Yan's going to be using a lot of trips. It's going to cause Sean O'Malley some problems when his butt hits the ground in certain areas, and I think that Peter Yan stops him somewhere around the 4th round.
Yeah, I could see that as well. I think it's going to be more of leg kicks and combinations and potentially ground and pound. I mean, that's where I see this fight going. And if he starts chewing up that front leg, and he starts landing his boxing, and he starts getting to the takedown, you saw the vicious ground and pound he possesses when he fought Jose Aldo. Look for something like that. There is levels to this game. I do appreciate that Sean O'Malley has taken a huge step up in competition, but there were some other fights in between that he could have taken. So this is a little scary. I think he bit off a little bit more than he can chew right now. As of right now, I think he's talented. But I
Time
think
up.
Peter Yan's
Yes,
going to
though.
win. Yeah.
How's he winning?
All right.
You missed that
I
one
think
again.
Peter Yan by TKO.
Which round?
Well, now you're
My
adding more
God,
rules.
can you not understand the rules of this?
We didn't say what round. We just said how he won.
All right.
I think it's going to probably be like, I don't know if it's going to get to round 4. I think round 3.
Okay. All right.
Round
Peter
number
Yan's a slow
4.
starter. Maybe
Let's
round
do our 4th fight. All right, we have Beneil Dariush versus, is it Mateus Gamrot? I can't quite pronounce that first
Yeah.
name, but
Mateus
I want to
Gamrot.
get who and how on this fight. Let's go.
Round 4. Fight!
John, I think of all the fights that Dariush could have taken, this is not the one. The wrestling, the output, Dariush leaves himself out of position a lot in the way he strikes. Easier for him to be taken down. Now, he is a amazing grappler. He is good. But I just think that the style in which Gamrot wrestles, I feel like also too with Suryuki and those guys, they're used to those submission attempts. They're used to the grappling aspect of it all. I think Dariush got his hands full. This could be one of those tough fights. I think I'm going to go with Gamrot over Dariush.
How?
I think it's going to end up going to decision.
Okay.
I could see Gamrot maybe finishing him, but I'm going to go with the decision.
Okay, so it might be a KO, TKO, submission, or decision. Got it.
That's why I'm never wrong, John. That's why I'm never wrong, buddy.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is a tough fight, and it's a tough fight both ways. But you're right, Gamrot's the better wrestler, but the better submission guy is definitely Dariush.
Yeah.
And Dariush, people don't give him enough credit, and I love Gamrot. I think he's good. I somehow have a feeling that Dariush is going to catch him. I think he's going to get him, and I think he's going to get him somewhere around the 4th round. I'm going Dariush by submission.
Interesting. All right.
Time up!
Who will see?
We will see.
All right. Our 5th and final round, and we have the official announcement of Sean Brady versus Bilal Muhammad. So let's get some who and how on this fight.
Round 5. Fight!
I've been waiting for this fight. I was hoping they'd give Sean Brady this fight. I think stylistically it's a great fight. Sean's got the wrestling to stuff Bilal Muhammad's wrestling. Bilal's got the wrestling to potentially avoid the submissions. But I'm gonna go with Sean Brady on this fight. I think Sean Brady's gonna be able to get this fight to the ground in a scramble when they get into the wrestling aspect of it. Bilal's gonna try to take him down,
Oh, yeah.
and when he does, I think they're gonna get into some sort of scrambles, and I think Sean Brady's gonna be able to sub him, catch his neck, or catch his arm in guillotine or something along those lines. But I think that Sean Brady's gonna be able to catch him. Even if Bilal can't get him down, he can end up seeing two guys stand and bang. But I'm gonna go submission though by Sean Brady.
Okay, I like your call. I think this is a very close matchup. There's something about a guy that's never been beat, and Sean Brady's never been beat. He's got that in the back burner there. Both of them are good wrestlers. Bilal's a great wrestler. His stand-up has gotten much better. He's much harder to hit now than he was in the past. Good movement. He's got some head movement in there. But it is the transitions as far as the takedown. That is where I think the difference might be. If Sean Brady ends up in the top position, he's going to win this fight. If Bilal gets the top positions and stays there, I believe he's going to win it. But I'm going to go with Sean Brady, and I'm going to say that Sean Brady wins by a decision.
I can see that too. All right, well, hey, that's going to wrap up our 5 rounds main event. This is a special edition because there were so many fight announcements done over this last week. So we ran into this, and like I said, the UFC matchmakers did a bunch of cocaine and just slapped a bunch of fights together and released them all in one moment. So great job by them. Great fights. Great fight announcements, though. Great stuff. I'm looking forward to some good fights coming up. And, good things for us to talk about. So, John, take it away.
I'm just going to tell you, when it comes to the UFC, the fall is going to be a ball because they got a lot of great fights coming. And we are done with our 5-round main event. I definitely am going to get the win on this one. This one is an easy one. And anyone that gives birth to Chael Sonnen, you got problems. Everyone out there, we will see you.